Hey guys, welcome back to Review Right, or if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today, we're going to be going over the GraphGear 1000 by Pentel, which is a really nice and well-known mechanical pencil that I'll be trying my best to review today. So, we're going to be using the reviewing sheet that I use for all of my reviews now, and it's just a streamlined and standard way to review all of these pencils in a way that makes sure that they're all the same. So first we're going to start with the selling points of this pencil so we know what to review it based off of. And the first one is going to be the completely aluminum build. So this pencil, the entire body is made of aluminum. So with most plastic pencils, you'll see a bit of give, but with this one, there's absolutely nothing. Even if I try really hard, like I'm pushing really hard into this middle of the pencil and you saw no give. It didn't bend at all, and it's just a really solid aluminum body. So next, we have a rubber and knurled grip that's made for the best writing comfort, as it said on their website. So, as you can see, it has these little ovals made of rubber. And these are meant to help the tactility because it's mixed with a knurled metal grip, which is actually really good for tactility. It's one of the best materials for tactility, and the rubber only reinforces that. And I think that's a really ingenious and good idea, and I've never seen a knurled grip mixed with anything else in a mechanical pencil, and I like the ingenuity. So we're going to add that to the selling points. So next, we have something that you really don't see that often in mechanical pencils, which is a double knock mechanism, or as they call it, a dual action tip retractor. So what basically happens is you can bring the whole tip back, and it's just a fancy retractable tip mechanism where you press this to bring it back. So if you open that clip up, this will come back, meaning if you put it in your jacket or whatever, you'll always know that that tip is going to be retracted. And then if you want to bring it back, you just hit this once, the first knock, and then another knock to let lead out. So you click it again and some lead comes out. So that's what a double knock mechanism is, and it also has this metal clip that works in conjunction with it. So we're going to write that down. So our last point is going to be its easy identifiability. So it has color coding up here, and this changes with all of the pencils. So say if you have a 0.3, I think it is, then it'll be green. So it's also up here at the top. So as you can see, it also says 0.5 here. So we know all throughout the pencil that this is a 0.5. Next, it is a lead hardness indicator up here. That is the actual last one. I forgot that. But basically, you just spin this off and then you change it by twisting the pencil for whatever lead hardness you want. And that just makes sure that you're consistent with whatever you're writing or drafting, because this is a drafting pencil. And it's really sturdy, it'll stay in place, and it's pretty easy to read. So you can see it says 2B right there really easily. So that's going to be our last 2 points. Sorry, I said it was our last one, but there's actually 2. So these are our selling points, and these pencils come in yellow, blue, green, gray, and brown, and they range from 0.9 millimeter to 0.3 millimeter with lead. So we're going to go on to comfort. And this is one of the most interesting and unique grips I've ever seen. As I said before, it's very tactile and it's durable actually. The rubber adds tactility to knurling as well as some character because it's a really unique pencil, and I'm really sold on what they decided to do. It's pretty unique and I like the ingenuity, as I said before. So it's going to get an 8 out of 8 in comfort with both a 5 out of 5 in grip design and a 3 out of 3 in material quality. So next is functionality. It has a reliable brass clutch under this tip, so we can just pull it off really easily and get to that inner mechanism. So there's this safety right here for the tip, and it's a little harder to take off than this tip, but give me a few seconds and I'll probably be able to show you guys the clutch. Alright, that literally took me like 2 seconds. But since I'm taking it off, you guys will be able to see how the clutch in here, it's a pretty average brass clutch. It's on the smaller side, but that doesn't really change anything. It's still pretty reliable, and it is one of the best on the market in my opinion. So as you can see, brass clutch, it'll stay together for a while, it'll stay reliable, and you don't have to worry about many jams or anything. And obviously, as you can see, it's easy to access and it's easy to put away. So it's going to get a 5 out of 5 in terms of reliability and repairability because I've had no jams, and even if I did, I'm sure it would take me less than 5 minutes to fix that up. So next, we're going to go on to erasability, where we answer the question, is the eraser good and is it big? So if we take this cap off, I was actually pretty disappointed because this is a small, pretty average sized eraser. But if we take it out, we're actually able to see that it doubles in size. And because of this sheath, you can actually just change the size as you want. So I can pull it down to give more eraser. So now there's this much eraser, which is way more than I'm comfortable with. But I'm actually comfortable with a lot less because I use eraser pretty hardly. Like I push it hard onto the paper. And this is about how much I'm good with. So it's really easy to customize, and I like how it's surprising how much it has in it. So it's going to get a 2 out of 3, also because the refills are only 50 cents, which is on the cheaper side. Usually they're $1 to $2 in mechanical pencils, but just because of how popular these are, they are pretty cheap. And they're accessible. So in durability, which is our next and final point in functionality, it is going to get a 2 out of 3, and I'll talk more about that as we go. It's basically because of this plastic threading issue. So most people, they don't know that you have to pull this off in order to change the lead hardness indicator. So that is also because if I just put it on and it's tightened, then I can still change it. But the main problem with this is that the plastic threading here is a failure point in this all metal pencil. So if I start to pull this apart, I'm not going to take it apart completely because there's a spring here that'll explode out. But you can see that there's this black threading, which is actually plastic. And I've seen posts online of people actually having their pencils break in half because this plastic threading gave out, and it's just a big failure point in this pencil that was overlooked, and it's pretty upsetting that in this very well thought out pencil there's just one piece of plastic that can cause your pencil to just break in half. So just make sure whenever you're changing the lead hardness, you make sure you take this off first, or at least you loosen it up so that it's easier to do and you don't wear out that plastic threading. The aluminum build has no give, but it might snap if you sit on it just because the lack of give may lead to it snapping. I haven't seen that at all, and I doubt it'll actually happen. I'm just pointing out a possible scenario. The metal accents are tasteful, and the build is way beyond its price range. So that's how it got this 2 out of 3. I just really don't like that plastic failure point, so I wasn't willing to give it a 3 out of 3. So it gets a 9 out of 11 in functionality. If I'm going too fast for you guys, here is the whole rundown so far with an 8 out of 8 for comfort and a 9 out of 11 in functionality, which is both really good. And we're going to move on to value for money. So this pencil is one of the best for the price range, in my opinion. With premium parts and minimal issues, the double knock is also a very good feature for it to have. I like how you can just hit it once and then twice. It makes sure that this tip also doesn't get bent because basically it is mechanical pencil death if this tip gets bent. If this tip gets bent, then you're basically not able to use it anymore because lead can't come out. So it gets a 3 out of 3 in amount of features and a 4 out of 5 just because of that overlooked plastic threading that I really don't want you guys to break your pencils over. So in total, that means this pencil gets a 9 out of 10. It's an amazing pencil that's rightfully stood the test of time with smooth and comfortable writing. So here is the entire review sheet for today's review, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please make sure to give me a like. It helps with the algorithm and recommends this video to other people. Comment if you have any suggestions for future videos. And actually, in this video, I'd like to give a shout out to my longtime subscriber, Happy the Man King, who recommended that I review this pencil. And I actually would like to thank him for that because it was fun to review and it's a good pencil. So if you guys want a shout out, just suggest a mechanical pencil and I'll probably do it pretty quickly. So that's my review for the Pentel GraphGear 1000. Please subscribe if you really enjoyed and you want to see more content like this. And again, thank you for watching. Bye.